In each Hell's Kitchen season, Ramsay has made a team swap of some sort, whether that be a big swap or an individual swap. Sometimes, this is just a simple shakeup that needs to be done to balance out the teams, and other times, Ramsay uses this swap as a wake-up call to the swap chef to step up their game and stand out. And over the years, it's been very interesting to see who's gained and lost the most from these swaps. What's going on, guys? I'm FlynnMasters, and today, we'll be talking about the history of team swaps in Hell's Kitchen. Before we begin, please be sure to hit that subscribe and like button, as this is the only place to find HK content like this. With all that said, let's take a look back at some of Hell's Kitchen's most notorious team swaps.
Bloody hell, here I go again.
The first ever swap came in the third episode of the franchise, as after the red team lost 3 chefs and 2 services, Ramsay switched Michael to the red team to not only rebalance the teams, but give the red team a shot by handing them the blue team's strongest chef. And lo and behold, the red team would indeed win the next 2 services. Now, this was more so due to the blue team sucking compared to Michael propelling the red team, but nonetheless, the first ever swap did change the dynamic of the season. And of course, this swap would cost Chris $250,000, as Michael smartly put up his biggest competitor against a lovable Elise, giving Ramsay no choice but to eliminate Chris. And while Michael was likely always winning this season, I think his performance on the red team really showed Ramsay that he had what it took to be a good leader. And speaking of, the following season, the person who swapped would also go on to win the season, with that being Heather. And yeah, there's no other way to put it. Heather's domination absolutely propelled the blue team, as after going to the blue team in service 5, she and Keith, the only 2 good chefs that season, carried the blue team to victory the following 2 services.
Get it wicked hot first. I totally feel like I'm the babysitter of the blue team.
Yeah.
Is it hot?
Listen.
No, put it back in the oven.
Come on, baby.
Chef Ramsay's addition of Michael to the red team is already paying off.
Say thank you, Mike. Say thank you, Mike.
But then the following season, the team swap didn't exactly lead to a winning outcome. In fact, we got the exact opposite, as Melissa was put on the blue team as a chance to shine in the same way Michael and Heather did. But she would absolutely tank in her only 2 blue team services, leading to Ramsay's first elimination, where he didn't even give the contestant a chance to plead their case.
Melissa,
Yes, chef.
step forward. Take your jacket off and get out of Hell's Kitchen. You, madam, have had more chances than anybody. Good night.
But while Melissa was the first unsuccessful swap, she was far from the last. Melissa for season 8 lasted only 1 service in the blue kitchen, after single-handedly costing them service, right after she had done the same thing to the red team the previous service. Scott from season 7 not only got worse after switching to the red team, but his arrogance still remained in spite. Not exactly a good combo to have when trying to prove yourself to your new team. We saw Nedra have a bad service in her only night on the blue team, and not only that, but she didn't exactly try to make friends with her new teammates during her short stay.
And the challenge was no communication. None at all.
Get some unwelcomed free advice.
How can you work dysfunctional?
Nedra.
Like, I can't work like that, seriously. Not only did these bitches not prep my station right, but it wasn't prepped at all.
Nedra, you all right? You need anything?
Hell no. My station wasn't ready, but everybody else's station was ready.
I want the floor next.
Hold on. Then you bring your black ass over there and up my station, then all my risottos goes up. Your bitch ass is going up.
You're going up.
I'm not going up. You, I ain't going up. So you and Anthony to decide.
Frank was given a chance to shine on the red team along with Sterling after showing some early promise, but would only last 2 services before completely tanking on the fish station, with Ramsay not even holding a nomination ceremony. In season 15, it was almost as if Hassan became a different chef when he switched his jacket from blue to red, as he went from a frontrunner to eliminated in a span of 3 episodes, after completely failing on the red team, when he was switched for the sole purpose to propel them to victory. The same thing could also be said about Chad that season, as he was given one last chance to step up his game when switching to the red kitchen, only to get eliminated 2 episodes later.
Chad, I gave you one more chance and you did not step up and take it. Give me a jacket. I've run out of patience and I think you are lacking confidence beyond belief. Hassan, tonight was your worst performance in this competition. I thought a move on the red team would give Hassan a chance to shine. Unfortunately, it only shined the light on his shortcomings.
And then, of course, Josh wouldn't even last 1 service when given a second chance on the red team in All-Stars, the second time in his HK career he swapped, as his awful performance caused him to get ejected right then and there, cementing him as arguably the least valuable team swap in Hell's Kitchen history.
I put my on the line for you big time.
I know you did, Chef.
Okay? Ice cold garnish in your hands.
Yes, Chef.
What more can I personally do? Talented guy, but you are not ready to become my head chef in Vegas. Give me your jacket now.
Yes, Chef.
Let's go. I'm in the middle of service, Josh.
Sorry, Chef.
Front door. Front door. Good night.
Going back to old school swaps now, in seasons 4 and 5, we saw the teams not be happy with their new teammates as opposed to welcoming a possible strong chef. In season 4, Matt became the first chef ever to actually campaign for a team swap, with Ramsay granting him his wish. However, the red team wasn't exactly happy to have him, after hearing bad stories about him from the blue team, and seeing him throw his teammates under the bus at the nomination ceremony. But we would see for the first time a contestant take advantage of their second chance, as Matt absolutely dominated his first service as a red team member, and this performance is likely what spared him from elimination the following round.
Like, we just got rid of one of our weakest players, and now they're putting him on our team. That's not fair. It's not fair. Matt is not going to be there for long. He's going to probably last, I would say, a day or two before he's really going to get voted off.
Matt!
Yes, chef!
Come here. Taste that. Very nice.
Thank
Best
you.
risotto of the night.
Thank you, chef. It's the best feeling I ever had in my life. I want to hug the man.
Matt. Well done.
Thank you, chef.
It was the best risotto that's ever gone out in Hell's Kitchen.
Thank you, chef.
We saw a similar case in season 5, as nobody in Hell's Kitchen history was more hated by their castmates than Lacey, and the blue team was insanely pissed after she was put on their team, especially after they had just gotten rid of Seth. But Lacey would prove her worth right away, likely putting in even more effort than prior as a way to prove the red team wrong. It's just too bad she didn't keep this momentum going in her following blue team services.
Going in like a minute and a half, all right?
Yep, let's do it.
Come on, guys.
Lacey was throwing her food up. She was very vocal.
Doing a great job. Now keep it together.
Keep going, Lacey. Keep going.
Thank you for everything.
There's a small violin just for Lacey. She sucks. Adios, biatch.
We also have had some very early team swaps, where the chefs are more known for their time on the opposite sex team. The most well-known cases of this comes from the likes of Autumn and Natalie, who were swapped in episodes 4 and 3 respectively, and both spent more time on the blue team than the red. And yeah, safe to say, the men didn't exactly mind having a female on their team.
Check it out.
Autumn's going to be a nice addition to the blue team. I think she'll gel just fine.
I would rather have her than Scott.
Do that again. That was a religious experience.
That would have been beautiful.
Now, they miss their girlfriends, and they really love having me on the team. And honestly, I appreciate all the comments they make and wanting to take pictures of me.
You should have been a model, not a cook.
I modeled for a while.
I can tell. Give me a good one on 3, 2, 1, yes!
For some other notable swaps, in season 10, Robin begged to join the blue team to get away from the cattiness on the red team, with Ramsay granting her that wish, and thankfully, the insane bitchiness this season toned down a bit after the swap. And then in All Stars, Robin would also join the list of previously mentioned chefs who spent more time on the blue team than the red, which would propel her to the Black Jackets, as the blue team carried her for basically the entire swap. In season 11, we had our first winter team swap since Heather, with that being Janelle. Even though it was only for one episode, she would lead the blue team to only their second challenge win of the season. Scott would do the same thing the following season, although his run on the females team wasn't all that great, mostly because he had to deal with the alliance of Joy and Keisha, who made it very clear they didn't want men on their team.
And you're coming into a kitchen full of women, so don't bring that rah-rah, because it will be me and you up in that. I'll let you know now. Like, this is what I'm basing my vote on, the fact that y'all came out the blue kitchen and y'all brought the same issues to the red kitchen.
I don't think I had any communication issues. You know,
Yes, you did. Pause. Yes, you did.
Did anything hold us back on my end at all?
You forget, you sent raw chicken up.
Hey, dude, did you see that chicken?
These two men, they suck.
Megan would switch from the red to blue team in season 14 and absolutely took control of that men's team, which all but solidified any doubts of her winning that season, with Ryan doing the same thing in season 16, rounding out the individual winner swaps.
Right now.
After 3 capellini, 1 risotto.
Yes, chef.
Perfect, let's go.
We're getting the team off to a good start. Chef Ramsay says my risotto's great, so I'm happy with the station at this point.
Oh, yeah. A steak is my bitch.
Yeah, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
She's nailing it. Yeah.
And then I will come behind you with sauce, yes?
Let's go.
These plates look really good, guys.
Thank you. Go, please. Thank you, Megan.
All right, guys, let's jump on desserts, yes?
We've also seen a few rare occurrences of chefs swapping twice. Autumn would technically do this, although her first service back in the red kitchen wasn't even a red versus blue team service. In season 8, Trev would get put on the red team midway through the season to step up and stand out from his fellow blue team frontrunners, and while he did have his moments, he absolutely sucked at the final 9, and was given one last chance when Ramsay put him back on the blue team after service. And then in season 21, Brett would take this one step further, as he started on the red team, would switch to the blue team when he went back to men versus women, would switch to the red team at the final 10 to even up the numbers, members, only to switch back to the blue team 2 episodes later, becoming the only person in Hell's Kitchen history to swap 3 times. As the seasons went on, we saw more big swaps as opposed to individual swaps. As mentioned in season 12, we saw 2 chefs switch as opposed to just 1, which led to the first real mixed team since the premiere season, which was refreshing to see. We saw the same thing happen in season 16, which was honestly pretty disturbing to watch play out, specifically on the red team, as Andrew would now get to spend even more time flirting with Heather, while Matt didn't even hide his sexist attitude.
You guys always want to sit here and pan up with girls, okay? Let me tell you something. Listen to me for 1 second.
Go ahead.
Okay,
I'm not
if you
hearing
shut your trap for 1 minute and just listen, Kim.
You know, I'm not listening. I don't listen.
Yo, all you do is talk, yo. You've had 2 people.
Shut the
People on your side doing your the whole time. Holding your hand. Holding your hand through this whole competition.
Yeah, sure.
Out of here.
And then, of course, for the theme seasons of Rookies vs. Veterans and Battle of the Ages, the theme wouldn't last more than 4 episodes, as the teams went back to men vs. women right away, with the same thing likely going to happen in season 22.
Rookies versus veterans. Forget it. The experiment is over. It's now men versus women. Now do me a big favor. Off with you.
So there you have it, guys, the history of swaps in Hell's Kitchen and how it affected that specific season. If you enjoyed it, then please be sure to hit that subscribe and like button, and let me know of any other obscure topics you'd like me to cover in the comments below. With all that said, take care everyone, and I'll see you next time.
Get out of there.